State regime media, which calls itself Fox News, was panicking on air. They see Donald Trump collapsing in the polls. They see the jobs report being absolutely terrible based on the new ADP private job numbers, like 35,000 jobs lost when there was an expectation of 40,000 jobs created. And Donald Trump keeps on saying that affordability is one big scam and people shouldn't talk about affordability. And state regime media knows that this is about to wipe the MAGA Republicans out of power and potentially for generations. Let me just show you what went down here. So Donald Trump was holding a press conference, but the hosts on state regime media were too afraid to even say that it was about affordability because they were afraid that Donald Trump would send them a text message and tell them you can't use the word affordability because it's one big scam. So I want you to watch as the host of state regime media are fearful to even use the word affordability right now when that's on every American's mind, and rightfully so, because Donald Trump has caused such grievous harm to our economy. Before I play this clip, though, I want to just ask you, please subscribe to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel. You've seen state regime media Fox attack MeidasTouch this week. You saw Donald Trump posting and attacking the MeidasTouch this week. We need your help, so please subscribe right now if you can and help us get to 6 million subscribers. So here's the first clip right here. You'll see state regime media terrified of using the word affordability. Let's play it.
Thank you, John.
You bet.
Sandra, we continue to wait for President Trump to speak from the White House, announcing the latest move in his, I don't want to say the affordability agenda because he might text me, the latest move in his efforts, I guess, to make things more affordable. Can you say it any other way?
To improve the economy, to grow the economy, right, John?
So then they need a distraction. They need a decoy. They need to start having the audience focus on other things. So they start attacking Sabrina Carpenter. Let me show you an example right here, because Sabrina Carpenter was upset that her music was stolen by the Trump regime and used in their propaganda videos, where Trump posts these videos of migrants being tortured and terrorized, and they were using Sabrina Carpenter's music. And she said, stop using my music for that disgusting purpose. It's my music. I don't want to be associated with this. And then the Trump regime started attacking her and commanded state regime media attack Sabrina Carpenter. So here's one of their hosts, Arroyo, attack Sabrina Carpenter. Here, play this clip.
This is also the concert artist who at every show simulates oral sex with her dancers, the male dancers. But I guess none of that is evil or disgusting. The rule book has shifted.
Ella Fitzgerald, Judy Garland, they all did that kind of, all the talent, they kind of behaved that way.
And this was a theme throughout the day on state regime media. Attack Sabrina Carpenter, go after her. Here you'll see Kennedy and you'll see Greg Gutfeld attack her. Here, play this clip.
Sabrina Carpenter, she has been in deep yoga with feminists because, we tried to punch up the album cover, Jesse. Couldn't do it because it's too raunchy. She's on all fours like a dog, wearing a man is presumably holding a leash and he's got a handful of her hair. And she's also doing some pretty graphic stuff on stage that is mimicking how babies are brought into the world.
She did the stork.
This is not what I expect from somebody named Sabrina.
Yeah.
Or somebody who's a carpenter.
And then one of the other hosts wants to give Sabrina Carpenter advice. One of the state regime media propagandists say, you just need to shut up. Let Donald Trump say what he wants to say about you. Let him steal your music and shut up, basically is what they're saying. So utterly despicable. They said, just be quiet. Then they talk about Sydney Sweeney so that they can basically show videos of Sydney Sweeney's like chest, basically, because they think that their male Fox viewers like that. Here, play this clip.
I think she should have just ignored it. That's the problem with the left. Just ignore the president. Just ignore him. And they can't do that.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney ignored him.
Yeah.
Yeah, now she's doing very well. We'll have a report on Sydney Sweeney tonight on Jesse Waters Prime Time.
An 8-part series on Fox Nation.
It's right. It's an hour special.
And so here they go. They get extra desperate when they're bringing out their top dog, Sydney Sweeney. So they bring out this photo of Sydney Sweeney and they're like, all Republican women are hot. We're hot. Here, play this clip.
She's getting hotter and they're so jealous, right? So they're like, she's so Republican. She gets hotter by the minute, right? And so my advice to all the ladies, our side is better and you get hotter, right? All Republican women are hot. Tell me that's not true.
That is true. So when you register Republican, you just get hotter.
You do. It's like you get hotter with age. Like you get wiser and hotter. It's like good wine, like the wine you sent.
What in the world are they even talking about? You see the Chiron, the left rages over Sydney Sweeney's looks. Dude, nobody is talking about this but state regime media. Oh, and then they have that same person, Campins, or whoever this guest is, who's like, and here's the thing, Melania decorating the White House. She was born for this job. Here, play this clip.
Then you have Melania decorating the White House, and she's filled with class and integrity. It looks good, right? And she's always had amazing family values. I mean, ever since I can remember, she's just been the epitome of class.
When someone says Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, do you correct them?
Yeah, I'm like, Merry Christmas. And I could also tell they're not a Republican.
You can tell, right?
I can tell.
There's so many ways to tell. There's many, many ways to tell. We don't have time.
Right. That's why I called state regime media. It's so utterly pathetic, by the way. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was kind of slipped into that segment for reasons that aren't clear. And I think he gave away the game with this Freudian slip saying inflation's heading to 4%. He goes, not inflation. I mean growth. I mean the growth of our country, not inflation. Yeah, right. Here, play this clip.
So I think we could be at 4% inflation, 4% real growth, and then inflation trending back towards target at 2%, so 6% nominal growth.
Okay. So while you have all of that going on, you then have Jesse Waters talking about Newsom. They're terrified. You could see who they're scared about, right? Also, I should note this, Sabrina Carpenter's response to the Trump regime attacking her and stealing her music, it's been viewed like 150 million times on Twitter, now X, by the way. Then they go after Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom spoke at a business conference hosted by the New York Times Deal Book on his way to Washington, D.C. today. And you'll see Jesse Waters say, they want Gavin to destroy the country like he's destroyed California. He's just going to destroy the country like California. California has the 4th largest GDP in the world. California basically funds all of the red states. Red states are failed states. They are taker states, leech states, whereas California gives the federal government $85 billion more than it takes, and California leads the country in basically every single category. But go on, Jesse, play this clip.
Gavin destroyed California, but that's a good thing if you're a Democrat. Destruction's the key.
Yeah.
They want Gavin to destroy the country just like he did the state of California. They want open borders. They want homelessness. They want drugs. They want crime. That's the goal, is to attack Western civilization. So that's not really going to hurt them in the Democrat primary.
You ever have that moment where you fall in love with something online, a couch, a jacket, lamp, and then you see the price tag and immediately feel personally attacked? Yeah, that's where dupe.com basically saved me. I tried to buy a nice lamp that was way too expensive, and dupe.com found me the exact same look for a fraction of the cost. It honestly saved me a ton of money. I'm obsessed with Dupe because it fixes that sticker shock moment instantly. Have you ever found the perfect couch or lamp online, then that sticker shock reminds you it's out of reach for your budget? That's why I use Dupe, because it's simple. You just type dupe.com / before any product URL, and Dupe instantly shows you similar and more affordable alternatives. It's perfect for finding the best deals on your holiday shopping. And these aren't sketchy knockoffs. The truth is, most products you see online, from furniture to fashion to gadgets, are mass-produced in the same factories. Brands just slap on different labels and markups. Dupe surfaces those same pieces for way less so that you're not overpaying just for a name. That $5,000 sofa, $1,200 designer handbag, or $800 statement light fixture you've been eyeing, Dupe finds them or something nearly identical for a fraction of the price. It's no wonder Dupe has gone viral on TikTok. Millions already use it to save thousands, sometimes 60, 70, even 80% off, and it's totally free. This holiday season, Dupe is giving away 1 million Dupe points, and you can turn those points straight into gift cards. You earn Dupe points just by shopping with Dupe. No payment, no catch. And want even more? Share Dupe with friends. They save, you earn, everybody wins. And here's the kicker. For a limited time, the first 10,000 people who go to dupe.com/Meidas will get 500 Dupe points instantly. Redeemable for gift cards. No catch. But spots are limited, so do not wait. That's dupe.com/Meidas for 500 free Dupe points today. Use your points and gift cards to make the most of your holiday shopping. Go to dupe.com/Meidas, MEIDAS.
And then Jesse Waters attacks Gavin Newsom for crossing his legs. Here, play this clip.
Real quick, can we put Gavin Newsom crossing his legs? Kaylee, when you see a guy cross his legs like this, I mean, what do you think?
I think about you, Jesse, and how you cross your legs every moment until the 5 starts and the cameras roll and you uncross them. That's what I think.
Fake news. That's the first thing she said that was
news.
ever wrong on this show. We'll let it slide. Thank you, Kaylee.
It is fake news.
So then they go to another story that they want to distract their viewers with. So what else? What red meat can they throw their base? So they talk about this story that's like a Turning Point USA generated story. And they're like, there's this undergrad student who's a pre-med major, and she was asked a scientific question. And rather than answering with the correct answer, she cited religion and God as her answer. And she got a 0 on her paper because she didn't answer it with the medically correct information. As a pre-med major, she basically said, God told me this, words to that effect. So the teacher gave her a 0 is basically the story. And Fox says she should be able to talk about her religion as a pre-med major. Well, she wants to talk about her religion. Everyone has a free speech right. But the issue is you have to answer the question correctly. So this is what State Regime is talking about. Watch Kaylee McGee White, one of the Fox hosts, say she just gave her answer about her informed religious views. Well, it's the wrong answer for this test question. That's the thing. No one's saying she can't practice her religion. Just answer the question correctly. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, and I went and I looked at the original prompt. TPUSA shared this on X. And it asked students to provide a 650-word reaction response to an article about gender stereotypes and mental health in order to demonstrate that they had read that article and that they understood the material in it. This was not a request to provide some long empirical essay debunking or proving every single thing that the article was talking about. It asked for students' reaction. She gave her reaction, which was informed by her religious worldview. Nothing about her response was wrong and compared to the original prompt. And yet this professor used it as an opportunity to go after her because of her religious beliefs, ironically claiming that that's not what, the motivation was. And I can't help but think that, I'm so thankful for TPUSA, because if it was not for conservative organizations like that, none of this would have come to light. And quite frankly, she probably would continue to be demonized for her religious beliefs. So I'm really thankful to see that conservatives are standing up for their beliefs and not self-censoring anymore.
And let there be light.
And then Harrison Faulkner, one of the Fox hosts, is like, they gave her a 0. They gave her, play this clip.
Well, and he made it punitive. It's not okay to be separate. It's not okay to believe what you do and to be able to say why you believe it.
Right. And he's holding an opinion.
It's not even worth 1
he has
point.
Some sacred truth.
Out of 100, he gave her a 0.
And because apparently her remarks were offensive. That was the root of the problem here. But I will just say, to David's point about change
offensive
happening.
To him.
Right.
Then they bring her on, and here's what she has to say.
I am saddened that they're offended by the truth of the gospel and the truth that I wrote about in my assignment. And it saddens me to see that that offends them and upsets them the way it did. Jesus is always worth standing up for. And I just encourage those people that are dealing with something similar to push back against that kind of behavior. I would rather have my integrity and give my true opinion and get a 0 on an assignment than have to lie about what I really believe.
If she gets a 100 because she knows why she believes what she believes, I'd quiz that professor on whether or not he even believes there are 99 genders or whatever it is.
Okay, now, here's the thing. The American people are struggling right now over real issues. Healthcare is being ripped away. Come December 31st, the Affordable Care Act subsidies officially go away. You have people, 30%, 40% of people in various states who are not buying health insurance right now from the Affordable Care Act exchanges because they can't afford it. We saw the ADP private job numbers, 35,000 jobs lost when people thought there would be a 40,000 job gain. Americans are suffering across every sector right now, except for Trump's billionaires. And this is what you're doing. This is what you're focusing on. But then they need their enemy. Their new enemy is the Somalians. It's always been an enemy. But what they're realizing, and this is their thinking, they have to pull back some of their attacks on the Latino community because they need their votes come the midterms, right? So now they're talking about Somalians and as a group. Like, it's the most racist tech. The Somalians are doing 80% of the crime, and the Somalians. I mean, why are you doing that? It's so cruel and unusual. At the same time, Donald Trump is pardoning drug traffickers, the top drug traffickers, people who engaged in $2 billion Ponzi schemes like that guy Dave Gentile. Donald Trump just pardoned this Todd Waicki guy who was involved in an antitrust case that Trump's own government prosecuted. As Trump's doing that, actually pardoning the biggest fraudsters, this is what he's calling Somalians as an ethnicity, as a culture. Frauds, it's just screwed up. It's just not okay. Then they have Tom Emmer say it's the Somalians. Just crap. Here, play this clip.
But you know what we're not talking about today? Do you realize that, it's not that all Somalis are committing crimes, but 80% of the crimes being committed in the Twin Cities in Minnesota are being committed by Somalis.
And then Greg Gutfeld is like, it's refreshing. This is really refreshing because we've moved past all of the identity politics. I like that Donald Trump is saying that Ilhan Omar, the congresswoman, should go back to her country in Somalia, and that he's saying Somalians are garbage people. Here's the thing, Greg. If you want to say these things, you have a First Amendment right to be cruel and unusual, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be commenting that this is just evil and rude and not inclusive and just being an awful person. But here's what Greg Gutfeld has to say. Here, play this clip.
It's kind of refreshing to see Trump be able to say that stuff about Omar and not be called all these names, because that whole identity politics thing doesn't work anymore. Everybody realizes he's focusing on what she's doing, not who she is. And what does she do? She calls him a racist, a xenophobe. Doesn't work.
Supremacist.
A white supremacist. It doesn't work.
And then Greg Gutfeld goes back to talking about Sabrina Carpenter. Here, play this clip.
Every time we talk about
her?
Every time we talk about affordability, we're not talking about Sabrina Carpenter.
True. You want to talk about her?
Well, here's the thing: I'm not into the celebrity aspect. I'm into the phase of life. Think about, look at her as opposed to a representative of women her age, single, no kids, no responsibilities. They have yet to experience any transformative event that would inform their beliefs. So the things that she detests today, she will learn to and understand to value later, like we all have.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. And thanks for watching. That's what's going on State Regime Media.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.